In this episode of Inside the Vault, we're going to be talking about the differences between coins and bars. So let's get over to the workstation and get started. Before we start talking about all the differences between bars and coins, and there are a few of them, we're actually going to go over the similarities that each bar and coin has with one another. And it's important that you understand these things, especially if you're new to precious metals. So if you take any coin or any bar, whether they be manufactured by a sovereign mint, a private mint, or a refinery, you're going to notice four things that they have in common. The first thing is it's going to tell you who manufactured the product, whether it be the Royal Canadian Mint, whether it be PAMP Swiss. The second thing you're going to notice is that it's going to state how much the product weighs. For example, this coin weighs 1 troy ounce, and this bar over here weighs 1 kilo. The third thing that you're going to notice is the purity of the product. Each precious metal product has to state clearly what the purity is. In most cases, they're going to be 3 nines or 4 nines. And the last thing that they have stamped on them very clearly, and I mean, this should be obvious from the color, but in case it isn't to you, is the type of metal. Is it silver? Is it gold? Is it platinum? Or is it palladium? When you're thinking about buying precious metals, there are many different options available to you. The three primary things that you're going to be looking for, one is, do I want to buy bars or coins? And we'll get into the differences between each in more detail during this episode. Secondly is, what type of producer am I looking for? Am I looking for a sovereign mint, for example, the Royal Canadian Mint or the US Mint, a sovereign nation that operates a mint that produces product? Or am I looking at a private refinery or a private mint? And there's reasons why you would consider both. And then you're going to want to think about the different sizes. Am I looking to buy the smallest size available? Maybe I believe that it's easier to barter this size of coin. Or am I looking to pay the lowest premium possible? For example, you get into these larger bars where you're going to pay a little bit less per ounce. So we're going to talk about all of those different things. Let's talk brands. Are there any brands that are more favorable to own than others? The short answer is yes. Like anything in life, there are some brands that are stronger or more favorable than others. Just like buying a car, there's really two things you're going to want to be looking for here. First of all, the reputation of the producer. Do they have a good reputation when it comes to the product that they're putting on the market? Does it look good, first of all, but does it, more importantly, meet the purity requirements that they state on the bars? Generally speaking, when you're looking for a reputable producer, you can find them either on the LBMA Good Delivery List or the COMEX Good Delivery List. Those are two great places to look to see if a refinery or a sovereign mint has a solid reputation within the marketplace. Second thing that you're going to want to consider is the resellability or the resale value of their products. When it comes time to liquidate your precious metals holdings, which you might not be thinking about today, but you should consider for the future, is how much will I get when I sell this particular product? So you're going to want to do a little bit of research into that brand's resellability or general resale value. Now, typically speaking, when you buy a product from a sovereign mint or a private refinery that has a good reputation, you're going to pay a little bit more upfront for that product. But when it comes time to liquidate it, you're going to have an easier time liquidating it, and you're going to get more money for that product. As you can see here on the table, we've got a number of different sizes of products. So there's a lot of options out there on the market available to you. When we're talking about gold, typically the conversation starts as small as 1 gram. Now, we don't have a 1 gram coin on the table today because those are really collectibles or something that you might give at a wedding or to a grandchild for their birthday. When it comes to investment grade bullion, typically we're going to start the conversation at 1 ounce, at 1 troy ounce. So when you see the price of gold, whether it be on Kitco.com or any other reputable website for a spot price, this is how much gold they're talking about. So that's 1 ounce product. We're moving our way up here. We've got a 5 ounce gold bar, a 10 ounce gold bar, and finally a kilo gold bar. Now these are all sizes of bars that are fairly typical for investors who are looking to enter into gold and silver investing. You do have the larger 400-ounce gold bar formats that are available, the industrial sized bars that you may have once seen in a James Bond movie or something like that. They are available to purchase as well, but they're not so common with general investors. On the silver side, conversation basically starts at 1 ounce as well. You can get into fractional ounces, but it's very high premium and again, more or less giftables. Here on the table, we've got a 1 ounce silver coin produced by the Royal Canadian Mint. We've got a 10-ounce silver bar, a 100-ounce bar, and a 1,000-ounce bar. And the important thing to know here, there's kind of some general rules to follow. When you look at the different sizes, you say to myself, what is the best size to own? First of all, and most importantly, is the premium. And there's general rules to follow when you're talking about premium. First general rule is gold products tend to have a lower premium than silver products. Second rule is that bars tend to have a lower premium than coins. The cost to produce per ounce for a 5, 10 ounce or kilo gold bar is going to be lower than the cost to produce per ounce for a 1 ounce gold coin. The same holds true for the silver products over here. The last thing to remember is as you ramp up in size, you're going to pay less per ounce. So the different cost per ounce for this 1 ounce coin versus this 1,000-ounce silver bar over here is going to be pretty significant. For example, you might pay $2.50 over spot for this 1 ounce product, and you might pay as little as 50 cents an ounce over spot for this 1,000-ounce silver bar. Do keep in mind, this bar right here weighs 70 pounds. So if you plan to take delivery at home or move this around yourself, you're going to want to take that weight factor into consideration. We've also got these junk silver coins over here. People are always asking me what's inside these bags. We've got some junk silver coins. They are an option for investors who are looking for fractional silver. These are old US currency coins pre-1964, and you can get these at a fairly low premium as well. So I'd like to take a minute to explain what the premium is, because some people might not be familiar when they're talking about buying precious metals what the premium is. So basically you have the international spot price, which you can find again on a website like Kitco.com. It's a reference point that a lot of us in the industry use. And the cost per ounce, for example, for this 1 ounce gold coin above that spot price is considered the premium. So the difference between the spot price and the actual total cost of the product, the difference is the premium. So it's important that you understand that when you're going out and buying this stuff. And then you can compare the premium for different products and different sizes, for gold against silver, for coins against bars. For example, again, if we take this 1 ounce gold coin, the premium over the spot price today might be something around 4%. And if I then move up to a 5 ounce gold bar, which is just 5 pure ounces, so basically the equivalent of 5 coins, the premium over spot might be something like 2.5%. So just by buying 1 5 ounce gold bar versus 5 1 ounce coins, I've saved 1.5% premium for that same investment purchase. Now we talk a little bit about silver being higher on the premiums. When you're buying silver 1 ounce coins, it can get pretty pricey. I'm not saying that you shouldn't consider them. There are arguments to be made for owning them, but you might pay anywhere from 10 to 20% premium over the spot price. But the good news is, as you ramp up into these larger sizes, either 100 ounce silver bars or 1,000 ounce silver bars, you can get that premium down to as low as about 3 or 4% over spot. Now, something that comes up often that I'd like to address is that there's a misconception out there that bars are less liquid than coins. So just let me clarify. People tend to believe that it's easier to sell a coin or to liquidate a coin when it comes time to sell off their investment. As a precious metal dealer, I have a little bit of an issue with that, and I'd like to take the time to talk about it because I think it's important that people understand that it's equally easy to sell a bar than it is a coin. So you shouldn't be pushed into a corner into thinking I have to buy these coins that might be at a slightly higher premium than the bars. The truth is, if you're dealing with any reputable precious metal dealer, they will make a bid on your bars as well, and they should make a competitive bid somewhere around the spot price. The difference is that you might pay a little bit higher premium when you purchase the coins, and you can also expect to get a little bit more when you sell them. But the idea that it's actually difficult to sell these bars isn't correct. The only time that you might run into a little bit of a challenge liquidating bars is with these large 1,000-ounce industrial bars, because the buyer may want to refine the bar before they purchase it if the bar has been outside of what we call the chain of integrity, or you cannot prove the history of that bar. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode and that we were able to demystify some of those common questions that you may have had about bars and coins. These things might seem simple, but they're really important when it comes time to buying precious metals. I'm Mark Yaxley for SWP. Join us again for the next episode of Inside the Vault.